You're watching SKN Newsline TV live on sknnewsline.com.
Why read the news when you can watch it? Introducing SKN Newsline, the Federation's only online TV news platform. SKN Newsline is an online TV news platform covering news in St. Kitts and Nevis. We provide a daily and accurate news on the big stories and stories of interest that other media outlets have ignored. You can watch SKN Newsline on our website, www.sknnewsline.com, or Facebook page at www.fb.com/SKN Newsline, and also subscribe to our SKN Newsline YouTube channel. SKN Newsline, your world, your news.
The Cable, we provide much more than just the fastest and most reliable internet service. We fill the homes of all our customers with joy and laughter. Our services connect friends and keep families together. With the most extensive fiber optic network, we ensure that you can enjoy the things you love with the people you love. Whether it's catching up with family or old friends, or simply just enjoying your favorite TV shows, people choose the Cable because quality shows.
Now you can have SKN Newsline on the go. Introducing SKN Newsline Android mobile app. Search SKN Newsline in the Google Play Store. Download the app free and stay up to date with TV news in St. Kitts and Nevis in the palm of your hands. With this app, you can watch our news reports, watch our live news feed on SKN Newsline TV, engage with us and other app users in the chat room, look at our special features, send us news tips, and call us directly. It's news on the go. The SKN Newsline Android mobile app. Download it free today.
Come on down to Kingdom Hair on Church Street, Bastille for all your hair accessories and supplies. At Kingdom Hair, you get the best in braids, weaves, wigs, accessories, barber supplies, manicure and pedicure supplies, and cosmetics. We take it to another level with electrical items, hair products, and salon furniture. Our customer service is second to none and is seen from the very moment you enter our store. All at Kingdom Hair in the Charles Wilkin Building on Church Street, Bastille. Telephone number 466-8727. Kingdom Hair, your beauty supply store.
It has been just over 4 weeks since news broke of the bribery allegations implicating Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris. A lot has happened since then. The Prime Minister was dismissive of the allegations in a town hall meeting in his constituency, days after the news broke.
Now I come home and people are cha-la-la. I'm not getting myself in that.
The opposition called for his resignation and even held a protest march to press home their point.
People are fed up. A watch, a pair of shoes, after party, dinner. That is what we have been sold to in the international community.
And the Antiguan government minister was implicated in the said saga resigned.
I took a position that we have a country to govern, and the last thing we want at this point is any form of distraction in the governance of the country.
But the coalition members of the Team Unity government have been largely quiet, with the exception of the Nevis counterparts. Former Premier and Senior Minister Vance Amory pledged his support for the Prime Minister.
And it is that support, that unity of purpose between the Prime Minister, or among the Prime Minister and his ministers, why we are able to say to you here today that the country running good.
Premier of Nevis, Mark Brantley, seemed satisfied that the Prime Minister has addressed the claims against him.
I believe that we would all have heard him with our own ears defending himself in that regard. I have said publicly that these are matters that have been raised in relation to named individuals, and it is for those named individuals to say to the public whether something happened, if something happened, what happened. And I think the Prime Minister has spoken for himself in that regard. And I'm not aware of any discussions, whether within or without Cabinet, about any resignations of anyone.
And Prime Minister Harris continued to dismiss the allegations even in his most recent press conference.
So really at the time when this came, having looked at it, having had counsel on it, and in the very statement we said that we had asked the council to look at it and to pay attention. Accuracy at that was not yet being named. And the advice was basically, much about nothing as it relates to you. It was unfortunate that it was a story about bribery and corruption. But on the basis of the transcript, there's nothing to do with me.
Despite calls from some in the society, such as legal luminary Charles Wilkin, who has called for the Prime Minister to address the specific references hinted to the UK High Court transcripts that suggest he was negotiating a bribe with UK business tycoon Peter Verdi, the Prime Minister has largely avoided addressing the references definitively. Now, the opposition on Nevis, the Nevis Reformation Party, NRP, has called on Prime Minister Harris to resign and for the Concerned Citizens Movement, CCM, to withdraw its support from the three-party federal government in Bastille. Weighing in on the London Peter Verdi bribery scandal, the NRP said the allegations of bribery directed at Prime Minister Harris are, quote, very serious and cannot be overlooked, diminished or swept quietly away, end quote. The party continued, quote, notwithstanding the real potential of criminal prosecution by the UK government of Prime Minister Harris, the immediate problem posed to a fragile and fledgling democracy is his apparent flagrant violation of the people's trust and the desecration of ethical rules of engagement in high office, end quote. The NRP is calling on Premier and Party Leader of the CCM, Mark Brantley, to withdraw his party's support for Prime Minister Harris. In doing so, the NRP believe Mr. Brantley, quote, demonstrate that no person is above the law and that his outspoken commitment to integrity and ethics as fundamental principles of good governance are backed by deliberate action, end quote. In the meantime, Prime Minister Harris has made it clear he will not resign.
As I am not resigning tonight, I'm not resigning tomorrow, I'm not resigning next week, I'm not resigning next year. So long as God give me the wellness and soundness of body and mind, we will go as we promised 10 years of service for Dr. Timothy Harris as the Federation's Prime Minister.
Prime Minister Harris's PLP holds a seat in the three-party coalition. The CCM has 2 and the People's Action Movement, PAM, 4 seats. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.
On the road to good health, you must visit Nature's Discount Nutrition Center on 4th Street. Nature's Discount is your first stop for all natural supplements to maintain the health of the entire family. Natural alternative medicines to heal your ailments. Natural weight management supplies to ensure you look good. Nature's Discount Nutrition Center also carries all of your sports nutrition supplies, cleansing and digestion products, natural health and beauty products, oils, organic and gluten-free foods, energy and endurance, and sexual well-being supplements. Nature's Discount Nutrition Center on 4th Street is open 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Monday through Fridays and evenings 6:30 to 8:30 on Saturdays. Nature's Discount Nutrition Center, your get healthy, feel wealthy people.
Exercise trade winds came to a close on St. Kitts Tuesday night with a ceremony at Government House. A large-scale raid featuring more than 300 multinational troops was held on Monday, June 11th at the Fort Thomas Hotel, as the men and women got an opportunity to showcase some of the skills and techniques they learnt during Phase 1 of Exercise Trade Winds 2018. The simulated operation featured a high-value target being held up in the building. A small group of soldiers eliminated the sentries outside and cordoned off the area before the main force moved in. An intense exchange of gunfire ensued, and the troops used flashbang and smoke grenades in the operation to secure the building. They meticulously and efficiently executed room-clearing exercises as they moved from floor to floor, neutralizing the opposing forces and searching for intelligence until the high-value target was successfully captured and extracted.
You don't want it to be the first time you see it in real life, so you want to train like we fight. That way, when it happens for real, you know what you're supposed to do, and you revert back to your training. While
some may insist that the likelihood of such a large-scale security threat is relatively low in smaller Caribbean countries, Mr. Llewellyn emphasized that an important function of the annual Trades Winds exercise is to be prepared for any possible threat.
The world's changing as we speak, so you never know. It's always good to have that type of training, and then I don't think there's any harm in it. And you always want to prepare for something more drastic than you're really going to have to deal with. So if they have to deal with something less drastic, they'll be ready for it.
The U.S. Southcom officials noted that Monday's exercise was one of the largest land force activities to date. It is a sign of the organizers' willingness to increase the scale and scope of activities to reflect the changing security and disaster scenarios that may actually unfold in the future. Commenting on the success of the exercises at Tuesday's closing ceremony, Prime Minister and Minister of National Security Timothy Harris stated that the joint cooperation has proven beneficial to improving the wider region's initiatives in reducing crime in the Caribbean and by extension the Western Hemisphere. Tuesday's closing ceremony was attended by Governor General His Excellency Sir S. W. Tapley Seaton, the Federation's only living national hero, the Right Excellent and Right Honorable Sir Kennedy Simmons, members of the Federal Cabinet, representatives of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, High Command of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, top brass of St. Kitts Nevis Defence Force, as well as participants and facilitators of Exercise Trade Winds 2018. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.
How does it feel when you got that feeling? You got the flavor you love. How does it feel when you know you're not dreaming? There is nothing above. So good when you're feeling nice. So good it tastes just right. So good the place to be. So good it's KFC.
How you feel when things come together? How you feel when everything nice? How you feel when you're up on your ends with your friends? Everybody holding a vibe now. How you feel when things come together? How you feel when everything nice? How you feel when you savor the flavor, the feeling you get when you taste everybody?
So good when you get that meal. So good is the way you feel. So good any time of day. So good is what you say. So good when you dance all night. So good it tastes just right. So good the place to be. So good it's KFC.
It will be a village Connery showdown for the 2017-2018 SKNFA National Bank Premier League title as the finalists have been decided. Saul Island Auto Supply's Connery FC drubbed SL Horsford St. Paul's 4-1 in the first game of the doubleheader on Sunday at the Warner Park to book their final spots. Ramsville Superstars came from behind to defeat defending champions Flow 4G Cairn Rockets 2-1 to knock the latter out of the competition. Prior to Sunday's games, St. Paul's needed only a win to guarantee a spot in the finals to face Village, that were already in the finals since last Wednesday. Connery FC needed to win by 3 clear goals if they were to have a chance to make it to the finals. They took the lead in the first half through a Glenroy Samuel strike in the 34th minute.
One by Connery there in attendance and trying to squeeze through, and here Glenroy Samuels, and it's going to be a situation, and it's in the back of the net. It's in the back of the net. A bulge in the old onion bag.
In the second half, though, St. Paul's came with more purpose and got an equalizer in the 53rd minute from Omar Francis.
Right foot. Oh, and it's a nice dummy. Put it across, and it's a goal. Yes, it is for St. Paul's in the old onion bag.
But Connery, not to be outdone, regained the lead 4 minutes later with a thunderous strike from a free kick off the boots of Orlando Ack Mitchum. A few minutes later, Mitchum extended the lead with a glancing header in the 75th minute. And to put the icing on the cake, Andy Libert scored a scorcher of a goal in the 83rd minute, firing from distance.
And here is Connery billing in the middle, and the shot comes in. Oh, that is the goal! Oh, thunderous goal from Connery! Giving a lot of space, making it easy.
I am floored, Troy. I am floored. That is a scorcher of a goal. That's the best goal we've seen so far in the playoffs.
In the second of the doubleheader, Ramsville Superstars came from behind to win 2-1 against defending champions Flow 4G Cairn Rockets. With Village already in the finals and based on the results in the Connery match, Cairn needed to win by 2 clear goals to book a spot in the finals. The league's top scorer, Carlos Berti, was in the starting lineup for the first time in the playoffs, and he made his mark known early in the 23rd minute.
Playing a shot here to Pringle. Pringle now gets gained the ball. Here's a chance now for Berti. Berti shoots the shot, and it's in the back of the net. Keon takes the lead.
Leading 1-0 at halftime, Keon came out in the second half trying to get the all-important second goal, but with Leverton Jeffers picking up 2 yellow cards in the 71st and 83rd minutes respectively, and Keon now down to 10 men, the pressure was even more on the defending champions. That pressure, however, took its toll, and 4 minutes after the sending off of Jeffers, Joseph Wilkes popped up in the 18-yard box from a cut-in through pass from Kimari Rogers to equalize for Village.
Here's a chance here now. Joseph Wilkes hits the back of the net. Village have equalized.
Tyrone Hanley, who has been on fire for Village in these playoffs, sealed the 2-1 win in the 90th minute of play, almost the last play of the match. At the end of the match, coach Jeffrey Hazel of Village commended his players for making the necessary adjustments for the victory.
Well, in the first half, we just didn't play our style. We tried to give some guys who, brought us here to the finals, played very well during the regular season, and to give them some minutes in this game, see what they're capable of doing in preparation for the finals. And in the second half, we came up with a different mentality.
Coach George Isaac of Keon was in his usual optimistic mood and gave a positive assessment of Keon's season.
How would you look at the season?
Well, the season wasn't an easy season, but still we could have made it a little easier for us and be more comfortable in what position we end up in and through the season. But it was a tough season. It was some tough loss, and coming on to the end was a lot of games, and still we got to stay focused and concentrate, and the idea being fit and getting ready for game by game.
With the round-robin matches now ended, Village and Connery will play in the finals starting next week Sunday at 7 p.m. at the Warner Park Football Stadium for Game 1.
For the best in dental care, visit Dental Beginnings on Victoria Road, Bastille. We offer professional dental care in a variety of services: cleanings, extractions, fillings, oral examination, root canal treatment, crown and bridge, and sealants. We're open from Monday through Friday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call us at 465-1951 or 668-1955. Or email us at dentalbeginnings@gmail.com. A gentle dentist in a comfortable and friendly environment. Dental Beginnings. It all begins with a smile.
Premier Matt Brantley said recently in a press conference that 18 cameras were installed at the Charlestown Secondary School.
We had to spend money on things that we hope we would not have had to spend money on, but these are commitments now that we would have made, and perhaps commitments that have now to be honored in the context of where we are as a society. And the Ministry of Education is indicating that they have invested quite heavily and that the Charlestown Secondary School is now equipped with camera surveillance, which is live, which is recording, which is being monitored. I'm told that we have 18 cameras installed there. We have the capacity to expand up to 64. The system is functional. It is recording footage at the present.
Mr. Brantley also said that it's a sad day for Nevis when they have to set up cameras in their schools.
It gives me a heavy heart to report that, because of course this is hundreds of thousands of dollars which we could have spent elsewhere. We could have bought books, for example. But here we are being forced to buy security surveillance equipment because of the behavior that we have seen in our schools. And so it is bittersweet in that sense. We are asking and continue to ask parents to do better in terms of managing their children, teaching their children the necessary values. We continue to call upon our teachers to do their best with the children that are in their care. But I think it's a sad day for Nevis when we have to install cameras at our schools.
He hoped that these cameras will prevent illegal activities in the school.
And we now have done so at the CSS, and we will quickly seek to do so at the Gingerland Secondary School as well. Notwithstanding my sadness at that, I think it also demonstrates yet again the commitment of this government in the context of safety and security and law enforcement generally, because we feel that the cameras will act as a deterrent, we hope, to bad behavior. But where there is bad behavior, we hope that the cameras will act as one of the tools to help us to unearth the culprits who might have engaged in that bad behavior.
This news comes in light of an incident that occurred at the Charlestown Secondary School involving 2 male students attacking a female student. I am Chiari Morton, SKN Newsline.